Ziggy fans. Today we are making a Ziggy video about all of the Mario Party Superstars mini games, from the safest ones to the ones that you might die. So we've got this chart here that I made, mini game safe or not. We've got this is safe. You might get hurt a bit. You might get an injury. You might break a bone. You might die, and you will die. Also, they're not all of the mini games. First, let's see what mini game will be. Bowser's Big Blast. In this one, it's basically a guessing mini game. You have to press the levers. If it goes 3, 2, 1, you get an explosion. And if the smoke comes out of the explosion, you are safe. But you don't know when it is going to blow. So we're putting this one into You Will Die. Our second one, tread carefully. This one, you're in tanks, and also if you're playing with easy CPUs, the CPUs are really bad. So we're putting this one into You Might Die. What's our next one?
Ziggy?
Yeah?
Would you like to glue them as you go? Because the window's open, I'd hate them to all blow off.
Okay. Sorry guys, I need to glue these. Sorry guys, So we've got dizzy dancing. So your controls get randomized, and you have to collect the most notes as you can. But you can jump on and ground pound players. So we're putting this one into You Might Get an Injury. What's our next one? Laker Skater. This one, well, you basically just ice skate around the pond. Seems safe, but you might crash into a wall or crash into another place or fall over. So we're putting this one also into You Might Get an Injury. Right. Facelift. We basically just have to make the same face as the Bowser picture in the middle. We're putting this one as our first one into This Is Safe. Oh, I've already made a plan for this one. Leaf leap. You almost guarantee to fall off a leaf on the beanstalk when you're climbing up. And there's one picture here of Mario in space. And when you're falling from that height, you will die.
How many games are you going to rate, Ziggy?
100, but there's not all of the mini games on here.
100 mini games. Wow.
Yeah. But then, oh, it's Leaf Loop again. Pokey Pumble. Now, pokies, they're really cool and really spiky, and you use a hammer to knock them off and be the first one to defeat the pokey. But there's a hammer. You might hit yourself and sharp things. So we're putting. I don't know if we might put this in. You might break a bone or you might die. I think we're putting this one into you might die. Dizzy dancing again.
If you have a double, you could take it off the tray, and then you know you won't pick it up again.
Okay. Bumper balls. This one, it's in the lava one. So you're pushing your friends into lava, and it's really hard to. And every single time I play this mini game, I lose. So we're putting this one into you will die. Squirm. You have to go in the holes of the books and avoid being squashed by the pages. Now, as you know, pages are not so heavy, and I don't know why they put a picture of them flattening you. And if pages fall on you, you're not going to get hurt at all. This is safe. Right, so. Storm chasers. You water a piranha plant by the clouds and be careful to not bump into the monkey moles. There's two ways you could hurt them. If you're first place in this mini game and your piranha has grown more, you never know what it might do to you. So we're putting this one into you might die. So, hot rope jump. You jump over a skipping rope that's made out of fire. You will die. Actually, no. I sometimes win on this mini game, so I'm putting this one into you might die.
Oh, do you think people like to see the chart? Do you want to hold it up and see which one's the most? Oh. So can you tell us which category is most busy? How many?
Oh, the category that's most busy is you might die.
Ah, excellent work.
What's our next mini game? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's the one where a Lakitu either throws. Oh, I think it's called Hammer Drop. No, it's not. So a Lakitu either throws coins at you or hammers, and you don't want to get hit by the hammers, and you want to get the most coins and money bags as possible. But the hammers, they're so heavy. We're putting this one as our first one into you might break a bone. might take a while. Messy memory. You've got to memorize all of the pictures from the pictures you've seen. So and you've got to be the person with the most pictures that are right. We're putting this one into this is safe. Now, what now? Oh, it's Stinger Derby. So, balls come flying at you, and you have to hit balls with your baseball bat. But balls can go high speed at you, and you can either hit yourself with a bat or get hit by a ball if you're standing too close. We're putting this one into you might get an injury. I'm not good at remembering the names of the coin mini games. Hot rope jump again. Shy Guy says. So you hold up a flag, the same flag as the Shy Guy holds up, and he can trick you. And if you get the flag wrong, you go out. He cuts you off the rope of the boat, and you float out to sea on just a barrel. And you never know what it might do to you. The barrel might tip over, and you might fall into the sea, and you might drown. So putting this one into you might die. I think at the end, when all of the minigames have been too much for our column, then we might have to maybe end the video. No.
Or we could pause it and make the paper wider so you can add more.
Okay, so the mush pit. So you hit blocks and you have to be and you have to get the mega mushroom and turn giant and run into your friends. This one, by breaking blocks, you might break a bone. But if you get the mega mushroom and run into your friends, it's even more dangerous. So we're putting this one into you might die. So many you might die. Look away. Yeah, so it's a 1 versus 3 mini game, and you have to, and for the team side, you have to not look at the same direction as the person on top of you. For example, Waluigi. So we're going to put this one in, and for the solo side, you have to look in the same direction as the team side to eliminate them. But we're putting this one into this is safe. The golf mini game is basically just normal golf. Right? So we're putting this one into this is safe.
I've noticed that second category has nothing in it yet. What is that second category?
You might get hurt a bit.
Ah.
We're going to work out if there's any mini games. I keep thinking all of the ones where you're in boats called River Raiders, but that's another mini game. So you're in a fast speedboat where you can control your speed, but if you're going too fast, you might run into a urchin, and urchins are super spiky. So we're putting this one into you might break a bone. Quicksand cage. For the solo side, you have to move the quicksand to get money. And get all of the coins as possible by moving the quicksand, and the coins and money bags go into. And for the team side, you have to not also collect as many coins as possible, but not get sucked into the quicksand. We're picking this one into you might die if you're on the team side. And anyway, I always lose on this one game. Only one time I've won. Sorry. Tug of war. Ooh, this one's scary because it's another 1 versus 3 mini game. The solo side has a Bowser costume and needs to pull the rope, and the team side, they're just normal and they have to pull the rope too. And whoever loses, they fall into the piranha plant and gets eaten. There's no chance of you getting out. You will die. Right. Cheap chase, if that's what the name is. You're running away from the cheap swimming, and you have to dodge the spike balls and not get eaten by the cheap. There's no way of getting out of the cheap. We're putting this one into you might die. Oh, whoops. I got Craig carefully out. I need to put Craig carefully back in. Oh. And of course, keep chase. There we go. Now, for the Dunking Derby. I can't remember the name of this one. You bounce around on the balls that are similar to the ones in bumper balls, but they're like pogo sticks. And you have to push your rivals off of a very unstable base. So we're putting this one into you will die. Okay. Honeycomb Havoc. So you have to collect. It's a very brainy mini game. You have to collect as many fruits as you can and not collect the bees, the beehives. If you're wondering why I said this is a brainy mini game, go and play the mini game and find out. We're putting the bees they could sting you, and you might be allergic to bee stings. So we're putting this into you might die. Catch me letter. You have. It's a post mini game, so you have to. It's a 4-player mini game. You collect the post and then run along and give it to the shy guy. This is safe, really safe. I'm going to show you this close up at the end of the video. Okay, Mummy. So, you have to, Mummy. Right, so you have these pretend hands, and you have to collect as many coins as you can with the coins, the money bags, and the treasure chest. Coins gives you 1 coin, and money bags give you 5 coins, and treasure chests give you 10 coins. We're putting this one. Or actually, you can fall into the water by accident. Actually, no, you can basically just walk out of the water. We're putting this one into. This is safe. Let's look at this is safe. Tipsy County. You run along and you make the shell destroy as many tiles as you can, and it doesn't. And if it hits you, you don't die. So we're putting this one as our first one, and you might get hurt a little bit. Trace race. It's very easy, but not easy. You hold a giant pencil and you trace along the line that you have to trace. This is very safe. Don't believe me? Play the mini game. If you have it. If you have the game. I mean silly. Okay, what mini game shall it be? Snowball Summit. So you make a snowball, and if you walk around with the snowball, it gets bigger, and you push them at your foot off a giant mountain. And you also get a nice view of the northern lights up there. But when you're falling off a giant mountain, which looks like Mount Everest, you will die. Maybe. Right. Mummy. Trapeze artist. So, you have cages and you try and trap as many Goombas as you can. So, the brown normal Goombas count as 1, and the golden Goombas count as 3. Mummy. Right, so then that is safe for you, but not so safe for the Goombas. But you might fall, but you might fall off, and the Goombas might come off you. But you know how to scump Goombas easily. So we're putting this one into you might get hurt a bit from the fall off that height. Oops. Right. What's this called? It's another 1v3 mini game. You for the team side, you ground pound a cloud to water Peaky Piranha. For on the solo side, you run away from Peaky Piranha, and while the team side is watering, Peaky Piranha, it goes faster, I think, and it might get you and defeat you. And so we're putting this one into you might die. I think it's called Peaky's Revenge. Anyway, I hate that one again. I think this is Red Oranges? No, it's not. So, on the solo side, you ground pound on a wooden boat, it's causing you jump and ground pound on a boat, on the wooden boat, and make waves that will knock out the team side, and the team side has to jump over them. Whee! Okay. What will this one be? Let me see. Okay. You're picking this one. Wait, also you're falling off a mountain, but you might fall into a tree, but that can save your life. So we're putting this one into you might get an injury. Rocking Raceway. You ride a rocking horse around the track, and you have to get as many carrots, as many orange carrots as many orange carrots as you can. Then, but if you get the blue carrot, then your horse will spin around, and that might hurt you. So we're putting this one into you might get hurt a bit. I think this might be my craftiest video yet. Now, it's the one where you take photos. Where you take photos from we take photos of a random camera from I don't know who, probably Shy Guy. And you have to punch the players to get to be the one who is mostly in the picture. So we are putting this one in. Let me think. This is safe, really safe. I mean it. Right now. Again. Come this one over. Manner of escape. You're in a random mansion and you have to pick a door that will lead you to the next floor down. So we're putting this one in. Maybe you might get hurt a little bit because the doors might close behind you. The doors might close behind you, and that clang might, and a random clang might hurt your ears. Okay, I'm just making this up, but I'm still just putting. I'm still putting this into you might get hurt a little bit. Okay. So now, we're now we have a go-kart mini game. You zoom around a track that's in the sky, but there are 3 ways that you could die. 1, it's really high up in the clouds and you might fall off. 2, if you're on the same track as each other and you go too fast, you run into each other and you go flying off. And 3, if you go too fast, you spin around, that could hurt you. So we're putting this one into you will die. Right. Mummy. Pushy penguins. I love penguins. So there are lots of penguins that you have to avoid from pushing you out. Then you have to avoid the penguins, and it's very easy to. I always win. So we're putting, but you might get pushed into freezing cold water. So we're putting this one into, you might die. to throw spike balls at you, while you try to dodge them. When his first one stops, he throws another one that bounces into it, and then he throws more and more, not more and more and more, just more and more, and then I've never won on this one. And then we're putting this one into, you might break a bow. Making all of these mini games, even making all of these mini games back, just like Bowser's Big Blast, which I had to put keyboard guy. Huh? Ah! Ooh. Goomba spotting. And you have to count the right amount of Goombas and don't count the Buzzy Beetles. They either come at you horizontally, or horizontally really fast, or in stacks. Either of them could be with a Buzzy Beetle. So, we're putting this one into, you might get hurt a little bit because one Goomba might escape. Okay, I'm just making the video sound more interesting. There was no point of doing that. Oh, there is a point of doing this though. I screwed up. Monkey's Revenge. It's just like whack-a-mole. You peep out of the hole and don't let the monkey moles hit you with a mallet. And you have to be the one that stays out of the hole the longest. But the monkey moles hammers, you might get an injury. Bumper balloon cars. You have a machine with spikes on the top and a balloon on the back. The machines have to drive into the balloons, and you never turn your back on an opponent. I got that from someone else. Never turn your back on an opponent. So, and you could get flying away, and from that fall from you flying away, you might break a bone. I sounded like Tom from Tom and Jerry there. Bumper balls again. Ooh, crazy cutters. You have a jackhammer and you try and cut just perfect on the lines. And there's two reasons you might die. One, if you do it just perfectly, whatever you're cutting from it, for example, King Chomp, will pop out, and you never know what it might do to you. So we're putting this one into. Oh, Also, the jackhammer, it could break your bone too. So we're putting this one into you might die. Does he dancing again? This one again. Night-like front. So you have a light, and you have to make the chain jump go as closely as possible, and then shine the light at it so you don't die. So putting this one into you might die. Oh, there's so many might dies. Oh, this one was one of my favorites. I like the one where you're on a snow day and you skate off a ramp and you try and spin on the snowboard as many times as you can, but you can really get an injury, I think. We're putting this one into you might get hurt a bit. Right. This one. Skull chasers again. Mecha Marathon. You have these mecha shy guys, and you mash A and B, and you try and get the furthest on the marathon. We're putting this as another one into this is safe. Parasol plummet. So you fall from an. This is so much like Mary Poppins. You fall from an umbrella and you fall softly if you open it, and try and collect as many coins as you can. If you get hit by also 1 coin, a coin is 1 coin, and a money bag is 5 coins. And if you get hit by a hammer from a hammer bro, what was that? If you get hit by a hammer bro, then if you get hit by a hammer bro, then if you get hit by a hammer bro, then you will fall. But you never fall all the way to the ground, only to be seen when you fall onto the cloud. Yes, but you can fall into this one, but you can fall through that one. So I'm putting this one also into you might die. Wow, that's only one more row left of you might die as well. Alright, done parasol plummet? Oh, that's not feeling. Okay. Mushroom mix-up. The first mini game. So, you are on the spinway and might fall into the water and get carried away by a blooper. And Toad raises up a flag where you have to go on, or else you'll fall into the sea and get carried away from the blooper. But you never know what he might do to you. So we're putting this one into you might break a bone, or you might get an injury. Actually, I think you might get an injury. Ah! Ice skate, ice rink risk, and it is a risk because you're on an ice skating thing, very nice. But there's some spiny shells that you can go into. So we're putting this one into you. It might break a bone. Wrong way round. Actually, no, it's right. I'll show you the sheet at the end and I'll show you what it looks like. And trust me, it looks really cool. Parasol plummet again. That one looks more nice. Bombs away. Bombs away. So there's these cannonballs that are being fired at you from a pirate ship. They either fall in the water and make the island that you're on turn. But if it lands on the island, you might get dizzy. And as the same as mushroom mix-up, anyway, this is also the second one. If you fall into the sea, you also get carried away by a blooper. So we're putting this one into, you might break a bone. X-ray payday. Where'd it go? Oh, phew. I thought I had trace race. X-ray payday. So you have this X-ray and you have coins and you have to get coins and money bags and the most coins as you can. Try not to get the boxes that have nothing in, or a bomb in, or a punching bag in. Or the punching bag can be dangerous, but bombs, you will die, definitely, in real life. I can have it. Ice rink risk. Here's the hammer one. Ooh, another coin. Oh, the one where you're holding an ice cream cone and ice cream's fall on. Also, you might get hurt a little bit if the ice cream falls on you. So, we're putting this one into you might get hurt a little bit. Also, this mini game is also really, really fun. Roll call. So you count as many toads, bombs and boos as possible. And you can get tricked. And in the toad ones, there's some actual mushrooms. On the bomb ones, there are some bomb boxes. And on the boo ones, they can vanish. Also, the boo ones, they can vanish. And the bomb ones, they can explode. And on the toad ones, I think they just stay there. So on the bottom ones, if they explode at the same as X-ray payday, you will die. Plus Basil's Big Blast. Facelift. Book Squirm. Messy Memory. Okay, Archer Evil. Oh, this is a very easy one. It's very. Actually, no, it's not easy for the team side. On the solo side, like Rosalina, they shoot arrows at the team side, who are holding signs up just like them, and they might fall down. So, but it's just signs that they hit. Oh, but you might get hurt. Oh, there's only a few left. Trace Race. Oh, Paths of Peril. I don't know if it's pronounced like that, but it's Paths of something. So, we are walking on these little paths, and you have to be the first one to go on. And you have to be the first one to go on to, you have to be the first one to reach the goal, and you have to pick the quickest path if you know what that is. I don't. I really try to remember. I think it's left, right or something. I don't know. So, where will put this? Also, if you fall off, you might get caught by Lakitu. But the Lakitu can't get you from the height of that. We're putting this one into you might break a bone. Oh, I found this one. This one I thought I would like, but I found that it was so hard for me. So we're putting this one in. Oh, I forgot to do it. So you're all in this barrel. And you have to hit the button and then go out. But there's a chain chomp that's sleeping, and when it's awoken from its dream, if there's anyone that's peeping out of their barrel, he will chomp them and put them in a pipe. You never know what that pipe leads to. Maybe you'll death. So we're putting with this one into you might die. I thought you might die, might not have locks, but there's actually so many. We've already got Tipsy County. We've already done the flip. We've already done the golf one. Dark and Crispy. Have we done this one? Oh no, I haven't. Dark and Crispy. Battle AK. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. Oh, whoops. I screwed up again. dark and crispy. It's basically Bowser's revenge. So Bowser jumps onto the stage and there's no light but Bowser. Bowser can run into you. He can breathe fire at you. So we're putting this one into You Will Die. And you'll never guess. We're finished. There's one mini game that I totally screwed up on. There's no copy of it, so I can't do it again. And I'm going to show you the page now. We've got This Is Safe. For This Is Safe, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minigames. For You Might Get Hurt a Little Bit, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minigames. For You Might Get an Injury, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minigames. For You Might Break a Bone, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minigames. For You Might Die, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And For You Will Die, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you just heard, You Will Die has the most ones. And here's what it looks like. Okay. As I told you at the beginning of this episode, I have not put on all of the mini games, and I know that because there's not my favourite mini game, Guns and Gas, on it. I always win on Guns and Gas. I don't know, just to tell you what Guns and Gas is. So you have to move your feet at the same time as your needle. And you might come across a lava bubble or a swamp, but the swamp could squish you. So by putting this into You Might Die, even though I don't have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video for today. I hope you hit the subscribe button and well, bye bye.